Most of us take it for granted that we can drink the water that comes out of our faucets, wash our dirty clothes and dishes, enjoy long hot showers, and even flush our toilets. We don't realize that water is such a precious commodity because it appears to be so plentiful. Although over 80% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, less than 1% is usable. The other 99% is salt water or permanently frozen. We take clean water for granted today, but clean water doesn't just happen. It must go through a detailed treatment process. Clean water is made. A number of dedicated individuals spent countless unpaid hours working with state, local, and federal authorities to ensure that our groundwater, lakes, rivers, and streams could be clean today. The story of the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority begins 30 years ago, when a population expansion in Mars County overburdened the Jersey City sewage treatment plant in Parsippany, which served many Mars County consumers. Due to the increase of residential development, by the mid-1960s, the treatment plant, which was built in the late 1920s, was operating at or above capacity. Effluent discharged into the lower Rockaway River was often untreated, and its impact was intensified by drought conditions. It had truly become a frightening public health problem. The population had made its mark on the environment, and this was no longer a hidden problem when, in May of 1970s, the fumes from the plant were so strong that they discolored paint on homes in Boonton. On July 12, 1968, the Superior Court of New Jersey ordered Jersey City to construct new facilities in accordance with New Jersey Department of Health regulations. Jersey City installed emergency treatment facilities at the plant, but this did not significantly increase capacity or reliability. A connection ban was imposed as a result. Also in 1968, Jersey City filed suit in an attempt to begin charging the Rockaway River Basin municipalities for wastewater treatment. A court settlement established Jersey City's financial responsibilities for wastewater treatment within the Rockaway River Basin. The Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority was formed, and on April 1, 1972, it took over operation of the treatment facilities from the city of Jersey City. Here's John Whalen, former chairman of the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority.
Primary reason we got involved in the formation of this authority was not because of future growth, but because of to prevent health hazards. It was a well-known fact that there were overflowing septics running over in towns such as Denville, areas in White Meadow Lake in Rockaway Township, Cedar Lake, Indian Lake, Rockridge Lake in Denville, some in Randolph, and a few in Boonton Township. And it was the chaos that this had caused just because there was no gallonage to allow people to connect to the sewer lines.
During heavy rains, the overflowing trunkline manholes spewed raw sewage into the streets and into the Rockaway River, which flowed into the Jersey City Reservoir. Here's Gordon Tasker, former superintendent of the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority.
The one thing that we have to realize is sewage treatment and sewer plant is one of the utilities of the many that we have and the conveniences in our homes that we don't really appreciate. We have telephone, we have electric, cable, television, water, and so on and so forth. But does the public actually realize that sewer treatment is the only utility that can never be shut off, and it has to run 24 hours a day, 365 days a year? Therefore, there has to be many backups built into a facility like this with the generators and the pumps and so on and so forth. But also you have to have dedicated people.
A number of dedicated individuals worked together to overcome numerous obstacles and restore the treatment facility. Their involvement required constant meetings and emergency trips to Trenton, New York City, and even Washington, D.C. It required the confidence to take bold and decisive, unprecedented actions. Here's Joseph Maraziti, attorney for the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority, and Fletcher Platt of the engineering firm of Killam Associates.
I don't think many people realize the truly extraordinary contribution made by so many people in solving the water quality problems in the watershed. I'm thinking not only of the citizens who came out from the communities and expressed their points of view and influenced the scope and direction of the solution. I speak especially of the members of the Sewerage Authority who were appointed by their respective communities and serve on the Sewerage Authority without compensation. It is a job that took a great deal of time, effort, and commitment, endless hours of meetings both here at the Sewerage Authority, as well as at times trips to the EPA offices in Washington, D.C. to the offices of DEP in Trenton, committee meetings at the Sewerage Authority, public meetings, public hearings, all of this done without any personal interest other than a desire to serve the community in a true measure of a public-spirited giving of one's time and energy in service of others. This is a story that is not widely known and is one of the reasons, and perhaps one of the more important things to celebrate when looking at the 25th anniversary of the effort that was undertaken. It's really an expression of giving of time in service of one's community.
I think most outstanding is the service rendered by a large number of city officials, township officials, to this authority. There were long struggles with the US EPA and NJDEP.
So who were these people who exhibited remarkable dedication and persistence? William Francisco of the town of Boonton, Robert Bush of the township of Boonton, Dorothy Garcia of the township of Denville, Edward Horan of the town of Dover, Lawrence Leonhardt of the township of Randolph, John Whalen of the borough of Rockaway, Louis Ruisi of the township of Rockaway, Jim Delaney of the borough of Victory Gardens, which became a member of the authority in 1978, Chester Ritzer of the borough of Wharton, and Joseph Mariziti, attorney for the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority. Here's a look back as told by John Whalen, Fletcher Platt, and Joseph Mariziti. Dorothy Garcia of Denville was a good persuader with a great technical sense of what was right and wrong.
In the midst of all the turmoil and the stink down here, she'd come down